everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hey everybody, happy Monday to you. The weekend went by like bing bang boom, didn't it? I don't know. I didn't do anything exciting or fun. We went grocery shopping, we did laundry, we cleaned up the Christmas lights off the house, but still the weekend just went bing bang boom, and here we are Monday again, so time for another Make It Monday event. Now, for those of you who are new to this channel, I'm Stacy. This is Scrapbooking Made Simple. We do 4 classes a week. On Mondays, it's called Make It Monday, and it's where we bring you generally one bundle with a huge value for a little itty bitty teeny tiny little price. The product is not things that are launching this week or last week or even last month. The product that we have for you is a little bit older, but we reach out to manufacturers and ask them, hey, you want to make a deal? What do you have that's sitting there in your warehouse that you would love to say goodbye to? Bye-bye. And if we can come to an agreement on price, we buy it all, and then we bring it to you and pass all of that savings on to you. All of it. It is an amazing event, and so far we've been able to do it every Monday for a couple years now, but of course I can only do Make It Mondays if we have the product to support. And sometimes the bundles are valued between $80 and $100. Sometimes the bundles are valued at more than $100. And sometimes they're valued less than $100. In fact, today's bundle is valued at $50, and your price is just $12.99. I know, that's what makes a Make It Monday so special. It's where you might have seen this product a while ago and would have loved to have added it to your crafty stash, to your crafty arsenal. But at full price, it was just not gonna happen. But you don't have to worry about that anymore. Now you're getting it for a Make It Monday, holy smokes, artichokes, wahoo kachoo value. And you're only gonna find this event and this value here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. So if you are on our YouTube channel, this is where hopefully you're watching it, you'll see that we are live chatting during the premiere of today's class. That is at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So you can say hello on the live chat. And everybody who's there, several of us will say hello right back to you. We talk about everything from our fur babies to how cute the collection is to what great samples were made, a little bit of everything. It's a crafty community that is welcoming and warm and ready to meet a fellow crafter like you. So if you are watching on our YouTube channel, please chime in and say hello. We would love to meet you. Now today it is all about, well, I've got poppy stamps. That's the bundle. And the bundle does retail for $50, but your price is just $12.99. And then I've got a few memory box dies that kind of went with it, and I was able to negotiate those in on the same deal. So I've got phenomenal pricing on those as well, but they are sold open stock because I don't have the same quantity. If I had the same of everything, we just would have bundled it all together and done it as one bundle, but I don't. I have a certain amount of the $12.99 bundle, and then I have some of the $1.99 dies and some of the $2.99 dies. So I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started today. The first thing I'm going to show you is the product so you can see and swoon and love and order. Then we're going to make something because it is called Make It Monday. So I always try to make something cute and simple and quick. And then SMS girl Claire made all the finished samples for today, and they are amazing. She really she dropped the mic, she walked off the stage. That's how good they are. So at the very end, I will show you some of the finished samples, although I suppose I could show you one as we tilt on down. I'll show you one. Just darling. So I have got poppy stamps and Memory Box. Memory Box is like the parent company, and then Poppy Stamps and Birch Press fall underneath Memory Box. They're all owned by the same people, just different brands. So I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. It's me, Stacy. This is Scrapbooking Made Simple, our Make It Monday event, which happens every Monday, fingers crossed, as long as I have product to support it. And it's where we get to pass along value to you. We get to help keep crafting affordable. Dies and stamps, they are getting expensive, but on Mondays is for everybody. You're on a fixed income, you're gonna love our Monday events. These are gonna speak right to you. All right, I'm gonna tilt on down. We're gonna get started for today. It's good to see everybody. We did grocery shopping, we did laundry, we took down the Christmas lights. This weekend was not a whole lot of fun, but we had to get done what we had to get done. Sometimes chores just have to get done. All right, let me zoom on in. How are you all doing? Everybody's doing good out there? Are you ready for today's event and the cuteness of it all? Because it really is cute. Okay, so just to give you, how darling is this, right? Isn't this just so cute? In fact, we're going to do something very similar to this. I'm going to keep it super simple, but how flippin' darling is this? Now, the bundle, we only have one bundle, and it is a $50 retail value. It's on sale for $12.99. And what you get on the inside are the little Poppy Stamps craft kits. The Whittle, I love the Whittle. So it's supposed to be little, but it's Whittle. Isn't that cute? The Whittle Rainbow Unicorn Kit and the Whittle Panda Pickup Kit. So what is inside both of these? Well, let's open them up and let me share them with you. First off, dies, oodles of dies. So all the, well, they don't have to be unicorns. You can make them horsies. The only time they become unicorns is if you add the little horn. So you've got the wings and the horns and the horsies and the tails, and you've got the rainbow and hearts and clouds and stars. But you also have a stamp set. And the stamp set has, you are my rainbow, you're amazing, reaching for the stars, looking fabulous, look for rainbows, have a magical day, and believe in you. So let's find where this opens. And we'll go through here. And pull them out. Now, nice thing is nice. The dies are all on a magnetic sheet. That's wonderful. So here you have what could be little horsies or what could be your unicorns, the wings, you've got the hearts, you've got the little horns to go with it, cute little rainbow, you've got a moon, you've got clouds. So the rainbow and the moon and the clouds and the hearts, those can all be, and the stars, those can all be used for many different things. It's not dependent upon you using them with the unicorn and then your little stamp set to go with. So everything is included. It's kind of nice that you have the stamp set right there with the die set ready to go, and that the die set is on a magnetic sheet. So this is our Whittle unicorns. And then we also have our Whittle pandas. And now the pandas, amazing. The truck is with, if nothing else, the truck is worth the $12.99. Just the truck. You would spend more than that just for the truck, and you can use the truck for spring, summer, fall, winter, guy, everything. The truck is so worth it. Then you've got your cute little pandas, you've got your little bamboo, and again, a stamp set that comes with it. And the sentiments are bear hugs, berry cool, let's get together, saying hello, sending truckloads of love, keep on truckin', birthday pandemonium. So we'll open it up so you can see inside. And again, the truck is amazing. The wheels, everything you need for the truck. Then you've got your pandas. You've got your bamboo and a couple little balloons. Super cute, along with your sentiment set, which is bear hugs, very cool. So you don't get one, you get both for the $12.99. Retail value on these is $50. But not for you, not at Scrapbooking Made Simple, not during a Make It Monday event. And we only have enough of these to go around. Once they're gone, they're gone. We won't get them back in. So it's not that we have a huge quantity of them, but we do have hopefully enough to go around. And these are the two that come in the bundle for $12.99. But there's a few memory box dies that worked so well with these that I brought those in as well, also on an amazing value. So these are the little clouds. And the die is pretty interesting because the die cuts into the paper instead of cutting out. So you could start with any size paper you want around it. You're going to cut that circle into it. And these are fabulous. When you see what Claire has done with these two dies, with the sets, they're just darling. Let's see, I know that we've got, this one retails for $10 and it's on sale for $1.99. And this one retails for $12 and it's on sale for $2.99. So for, what is it, $22? 22 bucks. So $5 versus $22. And you get both of them. We don't have equal amounts of them. And so that's why I couldn't bundle them, and that's why I couldn't make a total bundle for you, is because we have different amounts. We have more of one, less than the other. And the way they look when they're cut out, so you've got a smaller or a bigger window and a smaller window. And it adds the darling little clouds for whatever you're going to put behind. They really are very cute, and they work really, really well with this collection. So I think I'm not going to open these, and I'm going to put them back into, maybe we can put these for the store if one of you in the retail store doesn't mind getting one that I opened. But we have so few of them that I don't think I'm going to use these. I think I'm going to use the ones that Claire opened. And I think I'm going to die cut those balloons. Oh, you know what? Let's start at the beginning. Instead of starting to die cut, let's go ahead and let's take a card base. So I'm going to be working straight on a card base today. And I love the idea of the A6 card base or the A2 card base. It makes it easy and simple. I'm not 100% sure what you can see. I've got a little 2-inch viewfinder. I've got my gel plate right here, which just holds everything. It holds my paper right in place. Love that. Claire, very smart. She was so smart. She took an oval nesting die. Could have been mine from Sizzix or wherever. She took an oval nesting die. She cut it out of paper to make an aperture. And I'm just going to do what Claire did. I'm going to follow along and kind of do what Claire did and use that aperture for part of my card. I'm gonna hope that's close. Well, we're gonna go for it. So I've got my paper, which is sticking right to my gel plate, and then I'm going to use the aperture. Now I could have used the solid piece, and maybe I'll do something with the solid piece and go in the reverse, but I'm going to take a little bit of my Stacy Park ink from Jacquard, and I'm just going to do some soft inking. And I'm just using a homemade stencil. I'm using Caribbean blue as my color, and I'm trying to keep it kind of soft and airy. So I'm tapping off as much as I'm putting on. But I am trying to keep it kind of soft and kind of airy. And I went a little bit more than half, maybe 2/3 of the way down. And then I think I'll come in here with some pineapple crush. And same thing, just kind of want to keep it soft and airy. And then I think I'm going to come in with some zesty lime. I like that my paper won't move on my gel plate. The gel plate is by Jelly Arts. I can add it to the Make It Monday, but somebody's got to remind me, because I'll get downstairs and I'll say, Elena will say, "What else did you use?" And I said, "I don't know." and then you'll all be watching this going, "It's not online, Stacy. Where is it?" Okay. So there. I just created, just right on the front of my card, my background. It's soft and it's easy. Piece of cake. And if I wanted to, I could take and do the reverse. So here I might take a little piece of maker's tape and put it underneath, and I might want to open it just to make it easier. So if I put that down with a piece of maker's tape, and run a piece of maker's tape now, I caught wind of a new type of tape that I'm trying to find, and if I do, kind of a masking tape, if I find it, I will let you know. We'll bring it in and I'll play with it and see how I like it. So just a little piece of tape there and here. And then I could do pretty much the exact same, only now I'm doing it in the opposite. So a little bit of my blue, and I put that piece of tape here so I don't go over into my back side of my card. Just a little bit of blue. Again, wanting to keep it pretty soft and light. Come down about 2/3. And then maybe a little yellow. And then a little bit of my green. My inks are dye-based. They're water soluble. They are highly, highly saturated. So a little goes a long way. And you can start with a full color and then desaturate it by tapping off or adding water to lighten the color. And then lift up. And then off. And I've got the reverse. So you do what you do, which way you like it best, but know that it's an easy technique and it works really, really well for coloring. It just makes things very simple. And I wanted to go straight to my card base, and it's perfect. They're just easy peasy. These are great colors for spring and Easter. So again, I used Zesty Lime, I used Pineapple Crush, and I used Caribbean Blue. Now let's decide what we're going to do next. I do have to die cut. So I'm going to bring my die cutting machine on over. And again, I'm going to get into Claire's dies, the ones she opened. There they are. And I'm going to pull the balloons from the pandas. So 2 balloons, they've got a little stitched edge to them. And we're going to see if I can cut through more than one sheet at a time. We're going to give it a whirl and see what happens. The worst thing that happens is that I can't, and I have to do each one sheet of paper at a time. But hey, why not? So forward and back. I'm using a Sizzix Big Shot machine. I have got well, one came out. I'm going to rotate it and see if I can do. So there's 1. 2. I'm working on a 100-pound cardstock. I'm going to just try and put this one right back in, and it will kind of click back into place and send it through, so I get those 2. That way I don't waste them. So 100-pound paper, not 100% positive that I can get 2 done. I mean, we are working with a wafer style die, and that means that it is, oh, nope, didn't get that one. That means it is wafer thin as can be. And so there's no blade, making it harder to cut through thicker materials. This is done with pressure and a little edge onto the die. So now I got plenty of red ones. So just this little edge, no blade. So thicker material is a little more of a challenge to die cut. I'm just going to stick with one piece. It's fast and easy. One piece goes through like a dream, easy peasy. And I just have to be able to pop it out. There we go, a yellow. And a yellow. And then we'll do some blue. And I'm just sticking my little fussy tweezers in the little holes, kind of on an angle, and then popping the die cut out. And you have a hole at the top and at the bottom. And the last color is green. I know out of all the dies I'm using, those are the only 2 dies I'm going to use today. Claire made darling samples. Darling samples. Move my machine on over and let's pop these out. Okay. Now I've got a whole handful of balloons, tons of balloons to play with. And I'm going to bring over my gel plate again. And I'm just going to work on top of that just because it holds my paper in place. Makes it super easy. I don't have to tape anything down. Love that. Now let's see. That looks pretty cute, yeah? All right, I'm going to bring over my sticky dots, and I think that's the configuration we're going to do on this one. So sticky dots are a Scrapbooking Made Simple product. You get 10 sheets, and on one side is hundreds of thousands of micro dots. On the other side, it's just a liner. Over here, hundreds of thousands of micro dots. And if you are doing something small or finicky or something very, very intricate dies, this is going to make your life so much easier. You just put your die cuts right down onto the side that has the micro dots, and then you close it up and give a good push. And those micro dots are going to transfer onto the paper, but they're going to transfer without any kind of goobers. Now, in the beginning, when you get these, as you're rolling your liner back, due to heat and pressure, you may want to wipe the liner off just to be sure that there's no sticky dots that transferred. But literally, there's hundreds of thousands of dots on here, and it does just make gluing something down, putting something down as easy peasy as possible. Now, I wished I had remembered what, what I was gonna do. I think I had a red one. And they are repositionable until they're not. So you can put them down and then pull back up and move your die cut around or whatever you're putting down and then reposition. At some point they do become permanent. I've got to move them down. That was kind of how I had them, right? All right, once I'm happy with them, then I press them into place. And they stay. Now I have this one, and I still have this one, and that one, and that one. Might as well just do them all, right? Might as well use them. And give a good press. There, how about that? I think that'll work. And give a good press. So now I'm working on 2 cards at the exact same time. One with the positive and one with the negative. And then I think I'm going to take from the unicorn set, I'm going to take the stamp set. And it says, believe in you, you're amazing. How about we'll do a you're amazing. And we'll do have a magical day or believe in you. How about believe in you? And we'll grab some white cardstock. Put it right down onto my gel plate. Doesn't move. Love that. Take a block. Pick up my stamp. I've got some jacquard waterproof black here. I believe in you. I believe in you. Believe in You. There we go. That one's the best one. So I've got Believe in You. And another piece. And we will do You're Amazing. So my gel plate acts as kind of a squishy, or a gush pad, meaning that because it's got give to it, when I stamp down, my stamp gets a really good contact because it's being pushed down into the paper, and the paper's has got some push into it, into the gel plate, and you just get a really good impression, really easy. You're amazing. Perfect. Both of them came out great. Let's go ahead and trim. I liked the last one best. I'm going to give myself plenty of room to trim this out because I'm not using a trimmer. I'm going to be fussy cutting this. I know many of you have a trimmer right there handy. Absolutely. I'm just a fussy cutter. I cut better not using a trimmer. I'm not sure why, but I just am not that proficient with a trimmer. Not that my cuts are great, but at least they're hand done. If they're off, at least I can say I did them by hand. Give myself plenty of room to trim around it. Throw all my little scraps away. I don't need those. Maybe one day, one weekend, I will sit for an entire weekend and do nothing but trim paper with a trimmer and see if I get any better at it. But my fussy cutting isn't horrible. And these are handmade. So they're not supposed to be perfect. All right, so let's decide. All right, I'm gonna draw my lines. So I'm gonna grab my pigment liners. They're by Yasutomo. We call them dimples because the SKU on them was it DMPL is the code for these. So we just nicknamed them dimples, but it is a pigment-based liner, fine liner, and you have five different sizes, which I love. So anything from a is it a 1.0 down to a 0.10 or 0.01. So super, super fine down to much thicker. In fact, there's that piece of paper. So the line thicknesses, totally different in one set. Love these. And that's what I'm going to put my strings on with. Okay, so I've got my strings on. And I just drew them on. They're not perfect, but they'll be fine. And we'll do the same thing here. So some strings for my balloons. Then I'm going to take my Believe in You and You're Amazing. And I'm going to mat it. We'll do this one in the green. Stacy tape. I know. Oh, here we go. I know it's here. So double-sided adhesive. It's a little long because you can tear it, so I'm not going to bother to cut. It's double-sided tape, so all I have to do is take my liner off. And fold my ends back on into each other. So Believe in You. A little bit of foam tape. Now I only used 2 of the dies. Actually, I only used 1 of the dies. I used the balloon die out of that whole set. And then You're Amazing. Maybe we do that out of the yellow. How cute are these and simple. You can make a whole little stash of these and have the sentiments all stamped and matted and ready to go. And as you need them, pull them out of the box. Put the right sentiment for the right occasion and bing, bang, boom. You're amazing. A little bit of foam tape. You're amazing. Now the last thing I'm going to do to both of these is add just a little bit of highlight on my balloons. Just a little bit of highlight. Now lots of people use a white highlight pen, and just like a trimmer, I do struggle with a white highlight pen in getting it to roll. Most of the time it's a jelly roll, and it either, sometimes it comes out like a big glump, and sometimes you can't get good enough pressure and it leaves like roll marks. It's just, I struggle with it. So for me, I'm either going to take my Ecoline, my Ecoline white watercolor. So this is a fine art product, and you can use the acrylic as well if you want to use the Amsterdam liquid acrylic. This is the Ecoline watercolor white, which is opaque. It really is. I will tell you, if you use this, if I was to put it on maybe something that I've colored that's water reactive, you may be able to react with your white watercolor. But I'm going straight on top of the balloons just to add a little bit of something. And I've got my watercolor brush, and I don't even need water. I just a baby wipe to get it kind of wet. And the tiniest bit, I mean, let me see if I can get that down. Oh, there we go. The tiniest bit, that little drop. All I did was open this up and literally go boop, that's it. I didn't even press the pipette. And I want to go in there and maybe just add some highlight. For me, this is faster, easier, and more successful than a highlight pen most of the time. I can struggle with that highlight pen sometimes. I'm using one of my Fusion watercolor brushes, and bam, just a little bit of highlight on each of my balloons. And no big burps from my brush, and it didn't make a mess, and they're all the same bright white. Super easy. And this card is done. Bam. Let's do this one. A little bit of a baby wipe, just to keep that brush just a little wet. If this is the only time you ever buy a white watercolor or a white acrylic, just so you can do splatters and highlights really easy, it's worth every penny. Because you're going to get that opaque white, opaque white, consistent every time. Done. So 2 crazy, easy, simple, fast cards using less than 1% of the dies that are on the on the 1% of the dies that you're going to get. But look at how, I mean, darling. And you saw how we used, and that's all on Claire. She just made just took paper and die cut her oval and made an aperture out of it. And I don't know if she used both of them, so I did to show you the difference. And you choose. And these were done using the Make It Monday. Where you get both sets, all of that product, all of those dies, the stamps, for just $12.99 and not, let's see if I can put this one back in because somebody's going to get this one. I didn't use it. And not $50. $12.99 for both, not each, both. Instead of $50 is what they retail for. There we go. There's your $12.99 bundle, and then you will see it's going to come to you just like this. You will see that Claire used the $1.99 and the $2.99 dies as well from Memory Box on a lot of her samples. This one retails for $12. This one retails for $10. $1.99, $2.99. So I'll try to remind myself to tell Elena to add the white. We don't have a lot of the white watercolor, but we've got some. And the dimples. We'll add the dimples so you have those. And I think you all probably have ink pads, but maybe not these. So we'll go ahead and we'll add those in. And the gel plate. Let me show you some finished samples that Claire has done. And they are darling. Super. She made a little wagon. And the little wagon's so cute. And here she did the inside, and she just did a whole bunch of colors, and she's got the little clouds going on. And then here's something completely different. So she wanted to be able to use those clouds. So she found a piece of paper where the moon is looking down, and here she's cut out from the paper. Is that beautiful? Using those that little cloud die, is that fabulous? And here we have our unicorns with their rainbow manes and their tails and their little unicorn horns, and you've got balloons and you've got the clouds going on. And have a magical day. And here again, she used the clouds. I feel like I've got two cards here. I do. She used the clouds to put the aperture in, and then she put butterflies all around it. These dies are so cute. And I think they're really underutilized. Look how darling is that. This is simple. One die cut and some butterflies. Bam! Same thing here. One die cut, paper. This all came out of paper. So now you can see the difference between the two sizes of those clouds, those cloud aperture dies. But look at how easy they are to use. This is just paper. She just found paper that had the border across the bottom. She put it in, backed it in blue, and how cute are you? Then we get into the panda, and there's the truck. The truck alone is worth the $12.99. If that's all you use is the truck, it's well worth the $12.99. And you've got it pulling the little wagon, and you've got your cute little pandas, and it comes with the bamboo. There's your clouds. And then we've got a set over here. We've got our unicorns. So you get the rainbow with that unicorn set. She's used the clouds. Look for rainbows is part of the sentiment. $12.99 has never looked so good. Here's Birthday Pandemonium. So your pandas, your clouds, your balloons. Yes, I didn't show this one yet, have I? I don't think so. I'm trying to remember which order I went in, but super cute. And then You Are My Rainbow. Even the little heart. The heart comes with one of the sets. That heart comes with the unicorn set. But you can see how you can take the two. The rainbow comes with the unicorn set. The clouds come with the unicorn set, and yet she used the pandas with the bamboo. The two sets work so well together, and here she took the truck, just the truck, and went way, way out of the cutesy realm. Look, wouldn't this be a great fall card? The truck, worth every penny of your $12.99. Reach for the stars, the moon and the stars and the unicorn. She took little pieces from the clouds. She cut the little pieces off the clouds and put them in there. SMS Girl Claire did all of these. And then again, here with that aperture, and made a completely different type of card. So Claire, I mean, she did it all. She's got a little something for everybody. She really did an amazing job on all of the samples and giving you so many different ideas and options and ways of using these sets that are so inexpensive. And then I just kept it simple, easy peasy. Darling, they work. Bam, done. And it's all part of the Make It Monday event. Every Monday. Sometimes the value is $130 and the sale price is $24.99. Sometimes the value is $95 and the price is $19.99. It just depends. But every Monday we try to bring you something so value priced that many of you can add it to your crafty stash, and you get that email when it's on its way to you with the tracking number, and you have something new to look forward to. Yes, it's not new to the crafting world last week or last month. No, it's been around for a while, but not at this price. Not at a price that makes it accessible to so many more crafters. And that is what a Make It Monday is all about. We negotiate, I negotiate hard. I negotiate hard. And then I turn around and pass that savings right on to you. It's not that, we're buying it for 50 cents and charging you $12.99. Oh no, no, no. We pass all the savings on to you so that every Monday you have something to look forward to. And then you get that email with the tracking number and you know it's on its way to your mailbox and you're looking forward to playing with it over the weekend. So it is me, Stacy, here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, the only place that has a Make It Monday event like this. We're it. And every Monday, it's a different manufacturer and a different bundle. And when they sell out, and we leave them online until they sell out. Sometimes they're gone, bing, bang, boom, in a couple hours, and sometimes they're around for a couple weeks. You just never know. But if you like what you saw, and for you, $12.99 is like, yeah, I can do that, well, head over to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. All right, you guys, the next time I see you will be Wednesday at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, for our In the Studio with Stacy class, where we are playing with Ecoline brush markers. And turns out that there were 3 extra markers that I didn't know about. We have them in now. So then we're going to have another bundle just for those 3. But we're going to be playing with those markers. And I think some indigo blue stamps that I've pulled. So until then, everybody, thanks for hanging. Thanks for being the part of the live chat if you were here during the premiere. And I will see you Wednesday, again, for a live chat. 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And until then, Thanks everybody at Memory Box. You guys rock. Love you. Bye everybody.